Good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing? Just woke up about, 15 minutes ago. Went inside Panera, brushed my teeth. Got another bakery item. I'm gonna make coffee in the van. Got a bakery item. Gonna have that in a minute. I forgot to upload my videos again last night while I was sleeping. So it's saying it's gonna take like 3 hours to copy them over from the camera. I guess the transfer rate on this camera is really slow because that's a super high-speed USB cable that I'm using, and I'm using the mini port, so it should be going faster than that, but whatever. But I'm probably I stopped it for now so I can record this video. I've been mostly using this DJI camera. I haven't been really much using the other cameras much at all. Occasionally I'll use the X4, but that's about it. I haven't used none of my other cameras that much. For sure, the DJI is my favorite camera by far. I just took Lady out to pee. I'm still tired, man. I was up later than I thought I would be. Lady looks like she's feeling good. What you doing, Edie? Hey, baby. Daddy loves you. Alright, so we gotta show her some more. So cute when she cleans. I guess she's brushing her teeth. That's how she brushes her teeth. She'll do that continuously. She's so cute. What you doing? You want a breath mint, baby? Something in your mouth tastes good? She's so cute. She'll do this forever. Alright, that's enough. Two things I want to do. I want to go get some Clorox bleach spray so I can clean my shoes. And Clorox bleach spray so I can clean my shoes. And I want to walk along the beach. So those three things we have to do before we hit the road. Go get some Clorox bleach spray, clean my shoes, walk along the beach, and go to Planet Fitness. Alright, man. We're getting out of here. I'm tired of this spot. I want to go over to the beach and find a somewhat more spacious parking lot where I'm going to have to hook up the generator. Go somewhere where I won't disturb anybody or any businesses. Maybe like a big public parking lot, just steps from the beach. So that way I can walk around the beach. Also, I gotta get some Clorox bleach spray. I told you all this already. But I don't want to do all that from here. I want to get over closer to the beach. See what there is over there. The image I have of a parking lot are pretty common on beach areas. So off in the cut, maybe there's some trees around it. Not a lot of people walking by. A lot of space, maybe some empty spots all around. See if we see something like that. I don't know. I got an idea what I'm looking for, and I should be able to run the generator there for a couple hours, hopefully, without anybody complaining. If I do it here at Panera, it's not gonna work. This is not the atmosphere to run a generator. Yeah, man, things aren't working out so good. I don't know. It's one of those days again where everything's not aligning up properly. I had to change clothes. It's still cool out, but you can tell it's getting warmer, and it's 11 a.m. By noon, it's going to be much warmer. The sun will probably come out at some point. It's a lot of clouds now. So it's still cool, but I'm not cold. So there's no reason to be wearing sweatpants and a sweatshirt now. Earlier it was fine. Now there's no need for it. There's no need at all. So that's one thing. I had to change clothes, but that's not a big deal. I went to Trader Joe's. I haven't been there in a long time, and I forgot they don't have cleaning products and stuff, so they're not going to have the Clorox bleach spray that I'm looking for. There's a Ross in the same shopping center. Ross, I just went over there and got a new pair of shoes. And size 9 used to fit me, but I guess my foot's getting a lot fatter, and these shoes were really narrow. They're a nice pair of Nautica shoes, tennis shoes. And they were only $21, so I got those, but they don't fit. I could barely get them on. They're so tight. That's the problem. My feet are too fat. So I used to wear 9s, then I had to start wearing 10s. And now I'm up to like 11s. Now that's it, man. I'm going as close as I get to the ocean, 40 feet away from any business or any residential area, in some kind of public parking lot, close to the beach, so I can hook up the generator and maybe take a little walk, not too far, because I got to make sure I can still hear the generator. So I won't be able to walk too far, but I need to let that generator charge everything up. So we're going to go do that. I don't know what I'm going to do about Wi-Fi. I guess we'll figure out something. My phone was doing great last night, man. I was getting, I forgot, was it 2 megabits per second or maybe 200? I don't know, whatever it was fast as hell. I think it was 2 megabits per second. But that's pretty good for a cellular data plan. Either way, it is what it is. Since the shoes didn't work out, I see a Target and a Publix right here. So I'm gonna run in there real quick and get some Clorox cleaner. So yeah, man, things aren't going good today. It's a weird day. I'm in a funny mood. But I gotta get out of it. We gotta get out of this. We gotta get things popping, man. If I can get the shopping over with and go get me a spot on the beach, and there's some Wi-Fi nearby, and I can hook up that generator, that'll be prime. Here we are. I'm in between Target and Publix. All right. I don't know which one to go to. I guess I'm gonna go to Target. All right. I'll bring it back. Yeah. Finally made our way to the beach. Getting the power stations recharged up. The EcoFlow alternator charger, it seemed like it wasn't getting connection earlier, but now it's got a connection. So I don't have to charge both power stations with the generator. I'm going to use the alternator charger on the drive to Tallahassee. It only needs to charge the Blue Eddy. And the driving, it'll have a dual purpose. You know, we got to use gas to drive anyway, so it might as well charge the EcoFlow. That'll work out perfect. A lot of clouds out here. It's a bit breezy. I had to put the sweater back on because it's kind of chill over here. We're gonna walk over this boardwalk. I wanted to smoke on my medication, but it's a little too windy out here. I think lady's gotta take a poop. It's starting to come out. Oop. Yeah, poop. She made a little poopsies. Daddy gotta do the same thing. Oh, I'm so jealous right now. So jealous. Let me go to this side so she doesn't walk backwards into it. Good girl. Let's get a look at this water real quick. It's beautiful ocean side. Ooh, looks pretty. The water is a dark green color, but it still looks, it's not blue, but it still looks beautiful. It's a really dark green. Oh, dogs are allowed on the beach here. Nice. I'm not gonna walk down there because I'm trying to smoke, so I'm only gonna be here briefly just to get some video, and then I'm gonna go somewhere I can smoke without having to light up every second. Beautiful. Beautiful beach. Alright, let's head back. It's too chilly out here. Actually, it's not that bad, but I gotta take a number 2. And this cold ain't helping. Yeah, the cold's not helping matters. Can't go too far anyways because the generator is hooked up. So I gotta stay within near distance of everything. Alright, y'all. Bring it back in a little bit when I figure out the next step. Soon we're gonna be going to Tallahassee though. I already know it because I want to get to New Orleans early. I want to be in New Orleans before sunrise tomorrow morning. Which is plenty of time for that, but I do want to stop in Tallahassee, but won't be there long either. Alright, y'all. We'll bring it back. Oh, you little pretty baby. Oh, you little pretty baby. You look like you got black lipstick on. You look like you got black lipstick on. Yes, you do. I just want to give you a big old kiss. A big old fat kiss. You do, baby. She's so pretty. He's so pretty. It's not necessary, bro. Learn how to build roads. Learn how to build roads that are smooth. This is horrible. They just put these manholes anywhere, bro. They're gonna put them right here in the middle of the road. Look, 3 in a row. Oh, that's fucking bullshit. It's unbelievable. Alright. Somewhere up here, I gotta turn. Turn here. Mickey D's is trying to take me all around 2 extra blocks to go right here. That's crazy. Welcome to Mickey. Hey. So this is the stuff I got earlier when I was at Target. I got this to clean the shoes. The Clorox cleaner spray was like $6. There was some other bleach, scrub stuff, and different cleaners, all kinds of different cleaners, mostly for bathroom stuff. And I said, you know, I know those will work to clean a shoe. Some of them might be too harsh, but some work really good. But this one, I figured I'll try it because it was only $2.50. $2.50 at Target, and this is specifically laundry stain remover. So that means it works on fabrics. You know, so I figured it'd be good for the shoelaces and the leather. It'll probably clean it all off really good. And I'm almost done cleaning the first shoe. Let me show you the shoe I haven't cleaned yet. You see how dirty that is? Look at the bottoms. All that was from the dirt at the campsite. You can see how dirty it is. Now look at the other shoe that I'm almost done cleaning. Look at the difference. You just spray it on there and then you wipe it off with a paper towel. So you can see right there a big difference. I think this one was even dirtier than this one for some reason. I don't know, this one's pretty dirty too on that side. So, man, that works awesome. $2.50, half the cost of what I was gonna get. I was gonna get the Clorox cleaner bleach. It's not pure bleach, it's diluted. So I was gonna get that, and I said, you know what? This might not work either way. I figured it probably would work, even with the Clorox one. I figured it would work, you know, because Clorox cleans off a lot of dirt stuff on things, so it does really good with it. So I knew it would probably work. But why spend $5 or $6 and spend half as much and get something that's made for fabrics? So that worked out good. Letting these uploads finish, and then we're gonna hit the road and get over to Tallahassee. I'm not even using anything abrasive. I'm using regular paper towel. And once you spray the stuff on, you can see the dirt coming loose without even wiping it. Like the dirt like lifts off the shoe and creates a dirty puddle. You see a little dirty puddle of water or solution. You know, when you first spray it on, you can see the dirt through the solution on the shoe. But once you start spraying it on, you see the dirt lift up and absorb into the solution. And it's basically lifting it off of the shoe at that point. Look at this side. Look at that side. It's getting there. So this side, I got to spray. And watch how easy this is. Almost like new. These shoes are practically new. I got them like 2 weeks ago. And one day riding that e-bike, I don't know if it was riding the e-bike or when I was setting stuff up around the van at the campsite, but there was a lot of areas of dirt. A lot of areas with some thick, dark colored sand. And I guess I was brushing my feet around it unknowingly, and or it was when I was riding the e-bike. And I'm happy with this purchase because I feel like I saved $2.50 or $3 almost. Not a lot, but every few dollars you can save helps, especially van life in it. Because there's a lot of expenses with van life, especially when you up and leave after a day or two everywhere you go, like I do. When I become full-time van life, it'll become cheaper, because at that point, when I'm full-time van life and going around the country, I'll stay a week in each city and do as least driving as possible, or drive around different locations in the city. But I won't be going on the highway until after or almost a week. So for me, van life right now is a little more expensive because I'm cutting and running every city I go to. Much better. Much better than it was. These shoes, after they got dirty, looked like they needed to be thrown away. But I was like, nah, this is too... It's only been a couple weeks. This shit's got to clean off. Can't throw these shoes away already. Made a little bit of a mess. Let's show you this little mess I made. A little bit of a mess. But you know what? It'll be easy to clean up. Let's take all this junk right here. Throw it in the McDonald's bag. I got Lady a chicken sandwich. I wasn't that hungry, so I just got a large fry and a strawberry milkshake. And I took one bite of Lady's chicken sandwich and gave her the chicken sandwich. Even though she didn't deserve it, I almost wasn't gonna feed her. I almost wasn't gonna give her anything because I caught her biting the wound on her side. She's biting and licking at it, making it worse. And I told her no. So what I'm gonna have to do is probably put her collar back on Alright, that'll do it. It's good enough for now. I don't have to clean it perfect because this whole floor needs to be wiped down and cleaned out again. Anyways, but I just want to get up the bulk of the nastiness from that mess I just made. Now we're good to go. Yeah, one more stop at Verizon. At least one more stop. If we do any more than that, I don't know. We'll see, but we do gotta get the road soon. We do have to get on the road soon. I'm gonna take Lady for a walk. Take some of my medication. I still haven't taken my medication yet. I'm gonna take Lady for a little walk and we'll go do that. Hopefully these uploads will finish by then. Alright, y'all, we'll bring it back in a little bit. We're on the way to Tallahassee, and then we're gonna have dinner in Tallahassee. And then sometime after that, not sure exactly when, but sometime after that, we're gonna head out to New Orleans so we can get there before 6 a.m. sometime. So that means we have to leave Tallahassee before midnight, or for certain before 1 a.m., but more than likely before midnight. So as long as we're out of Tallahassee before midnight, then we should be able to get to New Orleans by 6 a.m. or sooner tomorrow morning. I want to get there so early because there's places I want to get into and park before they shut the streets down. Now, I don't really know what time they shut the streets down. Supposedly this is an all-week thing, so they might already be somewhat shut down. But if I have any chance to get in, it's going to be before sunrise. So we have to try and see what we can do. And getting there too late, for sure, won't allow us to get where I want to get, most likely. Because they shut down the streets or parade routes and so forth. And I want to kind of be on the parade route in a parking lot of an establishment that has a parking lot, and go in and buy something and kind of hang out there all day. Maybe every couple hours, every few hours, I'll go in and buy something, and I'll just kind of hang out there all day. As long as they're open, as long as their parking is open, and as long as access to the parking lot is open, then I'll be able to do that. But for sure, getting there late, that'll be impossible. So I want to be there before the sun comes up, right before the sun comes up. Probably even sooner than that. Probably an hour or two before the sun comes up would be best. But for sure before 6 a.m. It's a beautiful area here. Downtown Jacksonville. Nice bridge. A lot of steel on this bridge. This is a heavy bridge right here. And a very tall one. Woof. I'm getting height sickness just thinking how high we are right now. And everybody can drive around me as fast as they want. They don't have a fully furnished or partially furnished bedroom in their ride. They don't have a DJ booth either. Alright, she's being shy now. She's mad because I put the inflatable on her. But she was just getting out of control. Every time I catch her biting holes in her, I'm supposed to put that on her immediately, and I've been letting it slide. It's been like 3 times already. I caught her biting a wound, and most likely that wound was caused by her. So there's 3 times she's been doing that. Every time I get out of the van to go do something, I haven't been bringing her in, so that's my fault. But it's a lot faster sometimes to just, if I'm running in the store to get something and coming out real quick, it's faster just to go in and do that, especially when I'm on a time crunch. So when I do that, she goes ahead and starts devouring her skin, whatever itch she's got to take care of. But she doesn't just itch it, she literally tries to pull the skin off. She goes down on her skin like it's a corn on the cob, and that's not itching. She'll itch with her paws. She does less damage with her paws itching. And now that she's got the inflatable on, she'll resort to doing that every now and then. But it's easy to hear when she's doing that. But that's not as damaging. Her teeth do the most damage. When she itches with her paws, if it goes on for several minutes, yeah, she'll start to get scratches. But it takes a lot longer for her to cut herself with her nails than it does her teeth. Her teeth is just like a minute, and she's got a big swollen sore. Alright, y'all, I'll bring it back. Let's keep it moving. You're part of the show too, baby. You're part of the television channel too. You gotta be part of the YouTube also, mama. People want to see you more than they want to see me, most likely. But I got stories I gotta tell. So that's what saves me from me keeping my job, is I can tell stories, you can't. But you look pretty, and you help me tell the stories. How's it going, everybody? Good morning. It's about 2 a.m. at the Tallahassee. Just a few minutes ago, pulled into McDonald's. A couple hours into the drive, I got tired as hell. So I said, let me go get something to eat, and maybe it'll make me feel better and I can keep driving. So I went to Zaxby's, got a chicken finger plate, some fries. Probably the worst thing you can eat when you're tired, because food like that, greasy food and fried food, just makes you more tired. It makes you just even sleepier. But I was craving it, so I went ahead and got Zaxby's, and it's really good, man. They got the dipping sauce. The dipping sauce is fire there at Zaxby's, and you dunk the chicken tender in it, and oh my god, it's so good. The fries are great, and it was so good to eat because I was starving, but it didn't give me no energy at all. So about 20 minutes after that, I'm still tired, and I'm passing a rest area. So me and lady pulled over at the rest area, got some sleep. I was planning only like take a 2-hour power nap, and it wound up being about 4 hours. So we woke up around midnight, and then we drove the rest of the way to Tallahassee, and just got here a little bit before 2, and getting some uploads done now. So yeah, so we got situated, getting my music uploads done right now. I don't know how long this is gonna take, but I'm be chilling here for a little bit. I obviously won't make it to New Orleans at the time I thought I would. We're gonna be there, who knows, maybe 8 a.m., 9 a.m. I have no idea yet, because no matter what time you plan to get there, things always happen that you might end up being a little bit later. It's just the way it is when you're making such long journeys like this. So we're going over. We're gonna be well over 1,000 miles by the time we get to New Orleans. In total, we're probably traveled well over 1,000 miles. Another 1,000 to go back, and then we're gonna be home in Miami for a little bit, and then we're going right back out again. But fortunately, the second round is not as far, so that's good. So another thing was, I punched in New Orleans on my GP. That was when I was planning on skipping Tallahassee until I remembered I have uploads I gotta get done. So I said, okay, Tallahassee would be a good place to stop and do that. So we got here, and we got set up at McDonald's. I had to drive around a little bit in the park. Well, actually, I walked around McDonald's with my phone, seeing where the best signal was on my phone. So I pulled into that spot and getting good internet, getting about 1.4 megabits per second upload, which is pretty good. My phone data plan was actually doing better than this yesterday. It was getting up to 2 megabits upload on the cellular data, so that was really good. But apparently they screwed me over. My phone service has a thing where it's not unlimited high-speed internet. It's unlimited internet, just not unlimited high-speed internet. So I found out, which I kind of already know that about phone services, so I should have figured that was going to happen. And for some reason, I thought I was okay, but sure enough, they capped my bandwidth, slowed me down. So I'm looking at, I got another service that has real unlimited high-speed internet all the time. I was planning on only taking a 2-hour power nap and wanted to be in 4 hours, and I didn't set an alarm because I knew if I went over 2 hours, it's okay because I needed it. You know, if I sleep over the time that I say I want to sleep, that's not a bad thing. It's actually good for me because my body knows better how much sleep I need, and it'll give me, when I want the bare minimum of sleep, because I have things I got to do, it'll give me the bare minimum that I need. So it assumed that it had adjusted for me that I needed 4 hours, so I stayed sleeping for a good 4 hours. And I woke up, I was still tired, but I was definitely refreshed, and I definitely could tell I can go the rest of the way without sleep. Now, when I was on the way here, before I decided to stop here, I wasn't thinking about work. I was thinking, let me just get to New Orleans. I was GPSing New Orleans, you know, and I get a flood alert, a flood warning. And the flood alert basically said, warning, flooding might impact your route. So what does that mean? You know, it's one highway that goes all the way through, and you can't tell me yes or no, is the road open or clear, or is it, maybe it's because it's raining there now and they don't know how bad it's going to get. I don't know what that means. I mean, it doesn't help me. It doesn't help people traveling to Mardi Gras that you can't give a direct answer. Is the road going to be closed or is it not going to be closed? You know, can you at least give us that much information? Is the road closed right now? Yes or no? Why don't you just say that? Say the road's open, but it might be closed later. We don't know yet. So I'm assuming that's what that flood warning means. Because obviously, anybody with a brain, if the road's shut down, the main highway, if that main highway is shut down, any idiot would know, okay, we got to let people know this is shut down. But it doesn't say that. It says flooding, warning, flooding alert, your route might be affected. So I don't know what to do, man. Should I go to New Orleans? Or should I just go to Panama City and that's the farthest we go? You know, I want to go to New Orleans first and on the way back go to Panama City. But if New Orleans is shut down, it's actually in Mississippi where the flood warning is. So if I can't get through Mississippi, then I have to turn back around. So that might be on the plan. That might be the alternate plan if I can't get through to New Orleans. We have to roll the dice, man. Sometimes if you want to have the best fun, you're going to have to take chances, and the chances might not succeed, or it might go perfectly as planned. I don't know. We'll have to see. But either way, I'm leaning towards going all the way to New Orleans. By the time I get to the exit for Panama City, I have to, 100% definitely make up my mind by then. But I'm leaning on continuing forward, man, because a warning, it doesn't tell me that I can't go. You know, if you're telling me there might be something that might obstruct my path, I'm sorry, might doesn't stop me, bro. You have to let me know definitively. Let me know, can I get through or not? And they don't really give you that answer. So it's gonna be a roll of the dice, and I say it's worth it because New Orleans is a lot of fun, and I'll get some great content out of it. And lady will enjoy the hell out of New Orleans because she loves being around a lot of people usually, most of the time. So she'll be overwhelmed. How I'm gonna get her around? Like, I'm probably not gonna wander far off from the van, but we will a little bit. So whether I take her in the cart or whether we walk, I don't know that part yet. I'll probably have her in the cart because usually when I'm pushing the cart and there's a lot of people around, people give me a little more space. And whereas when you have the dog on a leash and the dog's walking next to you, people don't notice the dog as much as they notice the cart usually. So because the dog is lower to the ground, the cart takes us. So people, when they see the cart, they move out of the way. Makes it a little bit easier to get through crowds. Usually, now there are some crowds I've been through, like Calle last year. I took lady in the cart, and it was good the whole time except this one road. I guess where the Telemundo stage was. That one road was like everybody was like shoulder to shoulder, and you couldn't get through. I got through somehow, but it was not easy. Some old lady like was following me through, and which I have no problem with, but she kept bumping me in the back with her walker. She had a walker going through this crowd. Everybody's crunched together like this, like 1,000 people in this one little intersection, blocking off the whole road, and we're going through the middle of it because the outskirts was even harder to get into because people. There was a gas station there, and like even at the corner where you walk on both sides, it was like everybody was shoulder to shoulder. There was so many people there. It was crazy. But we went straight through the middle. Like I said, that old lady was her walker. She kept jabbing me in the back with it and like trying to rush me forward, like pushing me almost. I'm like, lady, calm down. You know, I know you want to get to the other side, but it ain't that kind of party. You just need to slow down and we'll get through it. She kept doing this. Finally, I moved out of the way and let her go. I said, all right, you go. I basically quietly stepped aside and you want to go, you keep going. Anyways, it's going to be fun, man. I'm going to keep a positive attitude and you know, already say we're going to make it. There's not going to be no road closures. It's all bullshit. It's probably some politics and they don't like, you know, somebody in the government or something. A rival politicians trying to make it so people don't go to Mardi Gras. I don't know what's going on, but you know, not telling me the road's closed and telling me it might be, it might not be, you don't know. That's not gonna help. That does me no good. You know, that's useless information. Basically, you have an alert that's useless information, but because it's an alert, I figure, and it's not a definite close. It doesn't say the road's definitely closed. I figure it's possibly something where they think it might flood, but they don't know yet. Because if they knew, they would say yeah. But they don't do that. They just give a warning. So, I don't know, man. But I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's probably going to be fine. Anyways, alright, y'all. I'm going to hit the road after this uploads are done. See what happens. And chances are I might not check back in again because the road's dark. There's not really going to be much video on the way there. Unless we do get flooding. If the roads are flooded out, I don't know what time it is we'll be reaching. It'll probably be sunrise by the time we get to Mississippi. So if roads are flooded out, that'll be the start of the next episode. You're going to see the sun coming up. And me driving through Mississippi and being like, oh, we made it. Or, oh, we can't get through. We got to turn back and go back to Panama City. So the next episode, look out for that. One of those two scenarios will be part of the next episode. I guarantee you. Either we get through Mississippi or we don't. So stay tuned. Later, y'all. Have a good night.
It says that the actual message on it says there might be flood warnings on your path. It's one freaking highway. It's not like there's a lot of different routes to go there. Either the shit's flooded or not, you know. Give me a real answer. So I don't know what to do. So I'm just going to go through with it. I'm just going to go because they don't say this road is closed, major flooding or minor flooding that prevents cars from going through. You know, because if a car can't go through, even though I'm in a van, if a car can't go through, I don't want to go anyways. So, but it doesn't say cars can't go through. It says there might be flood issues. So I'm a real pickle on that one. Do I go? Do I not go? Am I going to make it? I don't know. So I'm thinking about just going. But I got time. After we leave Tallahassee, we're going to be going by Panama City. And if I change my mind, then I'll just stay in Panama City. But chances are I might keep going. Baby, brother, slowing. He's slowing, baby.